Okay, so I have absolutely nothing on my face besides moisturizer and some eye cream because my under eye area gets super dry. So I'm gonna be using the Hello Kitty 50th anniversary palette, and I'm literally so excited to show you guys because I literally haven't touched it since I got it for Christmas, and I decided this is the palette that I'm going to use for my first impressions. And then so right now I'm going to start off with brows, and I'm going to use a new product that I've actually been loving ever since I got it. I've been using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and then I just felt like it was making my brows too harsh, and I've tried going down a color, and it was still too harsh for me, and I've tried like shearing it out and all kinds of stuff, and I love the product for if you're going for a big bold brow, but for everyday use I think that this is so much more better. And this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So many people talk about this on YouTube, and I finally decided to pick it up, and I got the color chocolate. My hair is naturally red, like I'm a natural redhead, but my eyebrows grow black for some reason. I have no idea why. It's always been like that since I was little, and it's really annoying, and I've tried dyeing them like light so they match my hair, but then I have the issue of finding a brow product to match my eyebrow hairs. So this is just what I'm going to be using for the video, and I've been loving this stuff so far. This has been a product that I've been using in all my Instagram pictures and all that kind of stuff, if you guys were wondering. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my brows off camera because I am going to be doing a updated brow tutorial. So just for the time being for this video, I'm going to do this off camera. So my brows are now done. As you guys can see, they do kind of look a little bit harsh, but that's because I don't have the rest of my makeup on, which you guys will see in a second. When I'm totally done with all my makeup, it won't look that funny. So the next thing I'm going to do is move on to eyeshadows, because I don't know if these eyeshadows are going to have any fallout, and just to be on the safe side, I want to save my foundation for later just in case there is any fallout. So I had mentioned this palette in my what I got for Christmas video, and I told you guys I wanted to do a first impression, so this is what I'm doing. These eyeshadows are basically all like kind of neutral colors, but it does have like a lot of pops of colors. If you guys have this palette, tell me in the comments below how you like it. But anyways, it just has this bow where you pull out the shadows, and it has all of these shadows right here, and I'm really excited to use this color called Anniversary. It is this color right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's kind of like a greeny sparkly color. It is just beautiful, so I think I'm going to be using that color like the main focus of this look. The thing I'm going to do is start off with my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I always use this. This is like an eyeshadow base that you can use. Apply this to my eyelids to prime for eyeshadow. As you guys can see, it totally cancels out the veins in your eyes, or even like the redness. It kind of acts like a concealer. That's why I really love this, because it conceals my redness and my veins on my eyes. Like you could totally see it on this side. So that's why I like using this. We're done priming our eyes. I'm going to go in with some tape because I really like a sharp eyeshadow look, especially when I'm doing winged liner, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to do winged liner because I always do. So I'm just going to line this up where my bottom of my lash line is and exceed it out, so right where my bottom lash line is. That's done. I'm going to take my Sephora Pro Crease Brush. I have no idea the number of this because I use it so much and I've had it for so long it's literally rubbed off, but it's just a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to take the color Hot Cocoa. So this color right here, it's just like a medium brown color, so this color right here. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this as my transition shade. I'm just going to buff this from inner corner to outer corner because this is going to be our transition shade. This color is like really pigmented. I only applied like one swipe and it's just already pigmented. That color, I think I'm going to go in with I guess I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is called the Original, and it's this dark brown color, but I'm going to take a tiny bit of that because it looks like it's going to be pretty pigmented and I'm just gonna place that right into the crease. So for some reason, this color, I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it's actually coming up purple, which is really interesting, because the color that I use is this color right here, and it's just like a brown, but I took it very lightly. But it's coming up a little bit purple. I'm going to take a little bit of my bronzer. This is Too Faced chocolate bronzer, and I think I'm just going to take a little bit on a blending brush. This is the Eco Tools one, and I'm just going to blend that into the crease just to soften it, that way it doesn't look purple, because there's not a matte medium color besides that dark color in between that hot cocoa color. So I'm going to take the Anniversary color, which is this sparkly color I was telling you guys about, and I think I'm just going to take that on my finger because I think a brush will just make it way too sloppy. So I'm going to go ahead and press this onto my finger, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is the prettiest like black blue green color, and I'm going to place this on my eyelids, and I'm going to get pretty close to the lash line. Okay, so that is just with one finger. It's pretty pigmented and it doesn't seem to have that much fallout, so I'm going to go in with a brush just to get really close to my lash line. This is the color. It kind of looks black on camera, and actually in the pan it looks blue, but then when you swatch it, it looks green. So I don't know what's wrong with this palette, but it's like not true to color basically. Go back in with my Chocolate Soleil bronzer and the same Eco Tools blending brush, and I'm just gonna blend that color out. To be when I apply it with my fingers, more of the sparkle comes out than when I apply it with the brush. When I apply it with the brush, it just comes out like black, like no sparkle. So I decided to blend it out and then put some on my finger and then put it back on my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see that from like the lighting and the camera and everything, if it's picking up the sparkle, but in person, like in my mirror over here, I can definitely see the sparkle, which is really pretty. But it does kind of look like a blue black gray kind of color, but the sparkles definitely look blue. For my brow bone highlight, I'm going to take this white color right here, which is called Milk. So it's this color right there. I said that really weird. I'm taking this color Milk, and I'm just gonna apply this to my brow bone. This is a matte white color, so I'm just gonna apply that right where my brow bone is. Okay, so that color was a total fail. When it's in the pan, it looks white, but when you swatch it, let me show you guys a better swatch. When you swatch it, it actually comes out like pink. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks white, but it has an iridescent color of like pink or purple. And when I put it on my brow bone, you could like definitely see the purple. So I went ahead and went over it with just some of my powder that I was going to use for my face and this small brush, and it's still not even covering it. Like, it's like so bright. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but that color was definitely a fail. Now I'm going to go in with my NYC eyeliner. I've been loving this eyeliner lately because it's so matte and it's so black that you can literally see it with anything, even glitter or even a dark eye like this. You're going to be able to see my eyeliner. I'm going to take off the tape and then do this off camera because I can never be in frame at the same time when I'm doing my eyeliner. So I'm just going to do it off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys the rest of the look. Eyeliner is now on, and I did get a lot of fallout from the eyeshadow. Now that I did my eyeliner, I could definitely see the fallout and when I took off the tape. So I'm going to take a makeup remover and remove the fallout that I got under my eye. I'm going to move on to the rest of my face, and then we will go back to eyes later. So I'm going to prime my face with the Primed Poreless Pure Too Faced primer. And you guys know I love the powder to this, and this is basically the reason why I got it, because I love this powder, and it's almost gone. And I saw that they had this primed and poreless for pores, and so I decided I can use this and use that and see how it works. I have been using this for about a week, I think, and so far I've been really liking it. The only thing is I find that my my Benefit Professional blurs out my pores a little bit more, but this is a lot more lighter, and I feel like this doesn't break me out. So I just apply this to where I have my big pores, which is just around my nose area, and then a little bit right here between my eyebrows, and that's basically it. Just went to go wet my little beauty blender. This is my white one, and I'm going to apply my foundation. The two foundations I've been absolutely loving lately. If you follow me on my Instagram, you probably already saw me talk about these, but this is the Estee Lauder Maximum Coverage. This isn't the double wear, just the regular double wear from Estee Lauder. This is the double wear maximum coverage, and I really like this because this lasts on the face for 15 hours, and it has way better coverage than the original double wear, and this is a little bit lighter than the double wear. I found that the double wear, the regular double wear, is a little bit thicker in consistency. This is a little bit thinner, but it covers better than the regular double wear. That's why I love it. And if you guys don't know, I do work for Estee Lauder, so this is why I decided to try it out. Otherwise I probably would have never tried this out, but I really do like it, and I like this on its own, but lately I've been liking to mix it with my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I've heard so many people talk about this foundation for oily skin, and I finally decided to pick it up. It is kind of a smaller bottle, but I really love this stuff, and these two together are like match made in heaven. You guys know that I love the Revlon Color Stay and the L'Oreal True Match together, and this is basically a better version of that, except this is a way more coverage, and I like doing this when I go to work, or sometimes I'll just wear this. Really just depends, but these two together give awesome coverage, and it literally covers up everything. You're gonna see that you're not gonna be able to see any of my breakouts right now. This is why I've been loving this stuff, because I've been breaking out a little bit. I don't know why, but when I apply this, you can basically not see anything on my face. And I also have this burn on the side of my forehead, which I burned myself curling like my little baby hairs one day when I was doing my hair for work, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pretty dark, and it's gonna cover that up as well. I also forgot to mention the colors that I am in these foundations. So in the maximum coverage, I'm 03 Creamy Vanilla, and in the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus, I believe this is in the color 20. So I just put that on the back of my hand, and I'm going just to mix it with my fingers, and then I'm just gonna dab it on my face. And I really find that these two colors together are like a perfect match for me. It's not too dark, it's not too light. It is literally the perfect shade for me. So I'm just gonna take my beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend my foundation out. Done with foundation, I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm almost done with this whole bottle. This is my favorite concealer. If you guys want a good coverage concealer, this is it. I use the color NW15. My shade for my face would be NW20, but I like this because it really helps brighten up the under eye area. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to use one pump, and I'm just going to split it between my two fingers like that, and then create a triangle under my eyes. That way it helps highlight the under eye area. I'm going to take my beauty blender and the pointy side, and I'm just going to blend out that concealer. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I am starting to look a little bit white, but I'm going to fix that in a second, because I did do the under eye highlight, so it's going to start to look white, but you are going to want to even that out in just a second. I'm going to take a little brush like this and my Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder. I love this because I can use this to set my whole face and I can use it to set my under eye. You don't want to go in with the colored powder because that will defeat the purpose of highlighting under your eyes, but you do want to set your under eye concealer, and I would recommend doing something like a white powder or some kind of like banana shade or something like that. But I just take this color, swirl it in here, and then I set my under eye concealer. And you really want to get like right there, that way your concealer doesn't crease. Just like doing your eyeshadow, you don't want your under eye concealer to crease because then it can look kind of funny. And then when I'm done with that, I always like to go in with this same powder and just do the rest of my face. And this just gives a little bit of coverage, but nothing too crazy. It just really sets, mattifies the face. And I like this powder because it like cancels out my pores. Like you can't even see my pores. It's freaking crazy how much this powder like minimizes my pores. So with that, I'm going to move back onto the eyes. So I'm going to take this color right here, which was I believe called Hot Chocolate. And I'm just going to take this like on a small brush. And I'm going to put this right where my lower lashes are. Just because I don't want the eye on the top to look too top heavy, so I want to balance it out. And then I'm going to take the other side of this brush. This is like a fluffy brush. I don't know if you guys can see this. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that hot cocoa color. And I'm just going to smoke it out. And I'm just going to bring it down just a little bit. So as you guys can see, it gives you something on the lower lash line. Nothing too dramatic because the top lid is pretty dramatic. But I just want to go ahead and even it out. I'm going to take my mascara, or if you're going to put on falsies or whatever. I never really put on falsies just because I don't want my natural eyelashes to fall out. And I don't really think I need it. So I'm going to apply my two L'Oreal Telescopics. I love these mascaras, any of the telescopics, but I mainly use the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black mascara. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Now that my mascara is on and my eyes are pretty much done, I'm going to go back onto the face. So since we already set our powder, I'm going to take my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this is in the color light medium. And I'm just going to take a big powder brush and I'm just going to bronze up the skin. So I'm going to hit my cheekbones, my temples, and then my jawline. After that, I'm going to take my Hoola bronzer by Benefit and my Real Techniques contour brush, and I just washed my brushes, so I'm so excited to use this clean. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just contour my cheeks, get really into the hollows of my cheeks. So as you guys can see, it brought a lot of color back into my skin and I don't look as white as I did. Now I'm going to apply my blush, and I'm going to be using Rockateur by Benefit. I've been loving this blush lately. I don't know what it is about it. It has seriously become one of my favorites. I guess it's because it's so neutral that it literally goes with everything. So I'm going to take this on a blush brush and just dip it in there and then just hit right where my cheekbones are. That we're done with the whole face, it's time to move on to lips, and I think I'm going to use my Gerard Cosmetics 1995 that Jaclyn Hill created. I've been wanting to do a look with this, and I think I'm just going to use this color. So it is like a neutral brownish color. So I'm going to see how that looks. If not, I just will apply something else. But I'm going to use my NYX lip liner in nude first, just to line my lips. Now I'm going to apply my Gerard Cosmetics 1995 by Jaclyn Hill. Okay, so there you have it. This is the completed look. I really like how it looks actually. I like the smokiness of the eyes, and I like the neutral lip color. It is a darker nude, but I think if you went too nude, it would just like bring too much to the eyes and not even it out. I don't know. You could try it with a really nude, like concealer nude lip if you want. I just really wanted to use 1995 by Jaclyn Hill, and I really do love it. Yeah, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be very, very soon. And let me know what other tutorials you guys want to see for the upcoming year, and what other videos you guys want to see. So that is it, and I will see you guys in my next video.